Okay, here it is. Got this nice servo horn on. I'm gonna use the last hole. That's the one that matches. I can always change it later on. Put in the middle one if necessary. But that's the one that looks like it was here. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so I can always change this linkage as well if I ever want to, but for now we're going to use the same one. Alright, that's it. We just got to put the receiver in and work on our battery. We can at least put this on the chassis. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to put some Loctite here right now on the threads. Besides the threads on that, now I kind of wish I did do the steering upgrade right now. I got it over with. Yeah. Okay, so I had to remove this and reinstall it. Don't forget to turn these hooks facing forward. Alright? This is where the roll cage goes in. Alright, nice and snug. We got the turnbuckles installed. Don't forget, the spacer goes over here. Okay? Spacer goes here. Lock nut. No, nothing in the bottom except for the lock nut. Alright, we're going to drain these, clean them up. New shock oil. And install these metal caps. Alright, and then see how they fit this new Roven carbon fiber shock tower. And the more and more I look at this over here, I want to put that high rev pipe then. Shit. I could do it, man. Now's the time too. I mean, piece of cake. But I love this pipe as well. I really do. I can't go wrong. But and this is the better version. It's got a better header here than the first ones. But anyways, this is the pipe that I would really like to put there. Especially this 29cc here. It's a pretty good screamer, man. And you pop this, you throw this pipe to it, man, it'll be a real screamer. You know? Yeah, look at this. I don't want to take it out of the bag, but this would have been badass. This would have been... I really like this pipe. I don't know, I got time to think about it. I got things. Over here, no rebuilds, because they're not leaking, everything is fine. But we will be changing this oil. Yeah, everything feels good, so just fix them up, clean them up. Make sure your shafts are clean, if they were opened, like mine were. Alright. Okay. Alright. What's up, Ariel? Come here. Come on, sit. Sit. One treat? One treat. Huh? Alright, it is now the next day. There you go, buddy. There you go. Another one. Alright, come on. You gotta have one treat for each leg, right? Come on. Sit. Okay, grab it. Grab it. There you go, buddy. Yes. Come on. Relax. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Alright, just chill. Alright, guys, over here just setting up. I got my little hoopty little car stand / shock rebuild station, homemade, that I did a while back. I also have used already these holes here that come with my tool card here to bleed out the shocks. All right, I've done it already a few times. All right, not only a couple of my own shocks, but 2 of my friends' cars. All right, today I want to fill them up and use these metal caps with the bladders that come with the on-road Baja from Roven. It's aluminum. All right, I'm saying it's definitely much better than these here that kept popping out. All right, so I'm gonna put those away. I'm not gonna be using those. And another thing I've been looking at, just to have it out there. Yes, these are nice. Yes, they're aluminum, but you see this play? They're very loose. They're very like super loose. Obviously, when you have tension with the spring, it's gonna be a little better, but they do back up. They do back up. And yes, you can put some Teflon tape, and there's a few fixes. You can even inside this here, you got O-rings. You can even put a slightly bigger O-ring to help prevent this from moving. You know, but look at this. Just to give you an example, see this play? See that? See that? It's got some play to it. So these are the ones from the on-road Baja. Okay? And check this out. They are much nicer. They're not as nice. I think this one here looks nicer. It's nicer looking, and it's chunky, and it's lightweight. But this feels more like quality here. It feels almost like I'm sure it's not billet, but it feels like cast aluminum to billet aluminum. You know what I'm? It's hard to explain. I'm not really. I don't care about colors. All right, so this also has an O-ring as well, but it's not just the O-ring. It's the threading on it. It's just, I think, better. This has too much play on it. Much more play. See that going up and down? All right, so this one here, just you can tell right away when you start screwing it on, man. It just feels nicer. All right, so I'm definitely gonna go with this one. Okay, I don't care about colors. It's different. You got that like orange to that reddish orange here. All right, more red here. This is more of an orange. I don't care. This just feels better, and I think it'll not back out as bad as this will. Now the Baja shocks are kind of different from the low C5T shocks, MTXL shocks. A lot of my 8 scale shocks is different. I usually bleed them out through the top. You know what I'm saying? Bladder or with a bleeder cap. You know, either or. It's always from the cap. You know, but on what the Bajas, these shocks are slightly different. You want to put your shock caps on first, then remove these, and then load up your shock from reversed from the top, from underneath. Then you're gonna air it dry. You want to load it up, shock oil to the thread, to the bottom part of the thread, and then after all the bubbles are out, then that's when you put your shock shaft in lightly, slowly, and then that's when you screw it in slowly, and then you start wiping off whatever excess comes out, and you only go halfway, and then after that, you start tightening up again slowly, and at the same time, you're gonna push in with your shock shaft while you're screwing in. You know. Well, we'll do it together. Also, just for the record, the on-road spring tensioners is lighter than these here from the off-road Bajas by 2 grams. No big deal, but it is lighter. You got yourself 7 grams here for this guy here. On-road 5. Okay. All right, guys. So since I just got some information from Dan the Man himself, he told me that the Roven Baja shocks, the pistons, the holes are different. They're bigger. All right. The holes on the pistons are bigger. So he said, do not use shock oil like you would a stock HPI Baja. And I'm not sure about the King motor. The King motor could be the same as HPI Baja. I'm not sure, not 100%. But what I am sure of is the Roven shocks. If you have the Roven Baja shocks, you can use thicker oil. Okay, so I was a little worried about that. And supposedly, if you want to bash, you could use 40 weight. There's people that use 50 weight, he was telling me. all right, that has that's fine with it, all right. But since we have a little Q, I think I'm just gonna. I could use 40 if I ever wanted to, but I'm just gonna go straight up 30 weight on the front shocks. Let's start filling this up. All right, I have plenty of 40 over there. I can run 40. I got 50, but I'm gonna run 30 over here. All right. I was originally planning on to run 20 weight. All right, because that's what I would have done if it was the HPI shocks. But since these are the roving shocks, we luck out since the pistons have bigger holes in them. All right. So we're gonna fill up until we reach that ring there. All right, I'm gonna go right to that. I'm gonna go flush with that. Okay. So here's a closer look. See, check it out. No more air bubbles. Sat here for a little bit. Okay. And now, I'm gonna put them in halfway. I got this one here, chilling over there, halfway. And we're gonna be doing this guy here. And it's gonna go really slow. You're gonna hear air come out and stuff. You know, just go around slowly. All right, see how when you start going around slowly, oil starts coming out. Just go around slow. Go around slow. Go back, go around slow. Go back, go around slow. See it coming out? All right, so from here, I didn't go all the way in yet. Now, when you're almost there, start going down, start pushing this down. Okay, this is all the way out right now, okay? You're gonna put on something flat like here. And go in and turn. Start going in with your shock shaft. See that? Go in and turn. See all that extra oil coming out? See that? Look at that. That's it. Clean her up. If you got any Nitro Blast or Nitro Force, it cleans this up real good. Okay. Once you have it snug, put yours in, lock her in place in your tool here. It's still got shit coming out. And thread her up. Thread her up. Stop. Right? See that O-ring? Make sure it doesn't get pinched. Back her up, tighten it up. Back her up, tighten it up. Want it nice and flat, nice and flush. Okay, so here it is. I'm not gonna lie, I went back and forth, many, many times. So that O-ring snaps inside. You do not want that O-ring to be bulging out or facing out here. All right, you want that shit inside. All right, inside that beveled. That's perfect. Now she's on tight. I can go tight with it. There's no bulging, no nothing. That's it. This one's on. Look at that. Done. All right. O-ring is not visible. It's inside. We're good. All right, guys. Check it out. My shock is done. I'm really happy with it. Yeah. Okay, guys, so here's a closer look. All right, I'm using the dynamite stand. I got her mounted on here. She's not falling. I could always put a C-clamp for the back, but she is not falling. She's not going anywhere with those hooks. All right, and then possibly tomorrow I may just do a little light cleaning on the ass part here. And bolt the ass back up. Yeah. Then we'll finish up the way I want to run the battery, my life battery here. Finish up the radio box. And then we're gonna work on the engine, so stay tuned. Front end is done. Shocks are on. I'm really liking these here. I'm happy I got these. I got to save some money and use the parts that I have left over. So never throw out your old parts, because you never know when you may need them. You know. So only thing also, this screw here I wish was a little bit longer, because it doesn't really reach the lock nut. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really reach the end there. See that? So I'm gonna have to take that guy out and get a slightly longer one. I have longer ones, but then it sticks out too much. I don't feel like cutting it. Let's take a look over here at my Baja hardware kit. Alright, so here it is. There it is. I could just use these, but then I would have to cut it, which is no big deal, but not tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't even look in the other box. I may even have something. I gotta look better, but for now, it's on like this. I think I'm ready to install the ass end of this. You know? Let's pop her up. I mean, there's other things that could be done as well, but let's get the ass end on. All right. Got the 4 bolts in. Over your ass is connected to the Shorty chassis now. And she's coming along. You guys know I love this shit. Nothing but good. I will be changing this soon. I got that HPI part I told you about. Right here. Well, I'm gonna let this silicone just stay on here and let it soak into these plastics and rubber and carbon fiber. Just gonna wipe this pipe. I'm gonna try not to break this seal. It's still good, still brand new. I'm not gonna put new gaskets. I'm gonna reuse the same old ones. Because look at this, it's like new. Still great. I'm not gonna break the seal off, you know? All right, so we're just gonna run it the way it was. And just improve it a little bit. Lighten flywheel, do a 990 carb, do a nice RB Innovations intake. Oh, that's it. We're getting there. All right.